guys, my name is Craig.
And I'm Darren.
And we make dope Afro house like the OGs.
So the tour's been amazing so far. I mean, we've played about 10 shows. We still have just under 2 weeks to go, and we still have another 10 shows. So on Saturday, we're playing Baseline Festival in Constitution Hill, Paralia in Pretoria, Carl Kassem's birthday at Truth. Then the following Tuesday, we're doing Africa Rising Music Conference with panel speakers, and then we're playing at the after party. We're playing with Kulo de Song in Pretoria. Then we fly to Cape Town. We headline Modular on the 30th. We play with Neighborhood on the 31st. We play before Sunil Musician on the same day. Then back to Joburg for a pro audio workshop at 10 a.m. in the morning. And then Pablo's birthday, final show of the tour on the 1st of June. So we have a crazy 2 weeks upcoming and a lot of shows and a lot of cool stuff to happen.
Who is Pablo? You guys keep mentioning Pablo.
Well, Pablo, firstly, is family. We'll start off by saying that. We met Pablo, we had the pleasure of meeting Pablo at ADE. So we were there in October. We went to a Paradise Mixer event because we have our label Sippy Time that we do our distribution through Paradise. They're the best. And we met Pablo. They were like, yo, there's some crazy South Africans there. We're like, yeah, okay, let's go find them. So we met Pablo and, we basically got to know each other over the 5-day period. It was awesome. And then at the end of the 5 days, we said to him, listen, we want to come to South Africa. We want to take our Afro house that we've been doing the last couple of years and we want to bring it home and play it for the people of where it all came from. And literally over a handshake, Pablo was like, I'll make it happen. And for context, Pablo is Pablo Lundell. He's also one of the two guys part of Western and Indian, which is a household name here in South Africa, been around the scene for years. And Pablo also runs Off Center, which is the agency responsible for organizing our whole tour.
Tell me a little bit about your journey in music and what you consider home.
It actually started when we were very young. So Craig and I have been playing musical instruments for years now. I grew up playing the piano, Craig grew up playing the drums. We were part of the marimba band at school. We were part of the steel pan orchestra. We played the recorder growing up, all the jazz bands. And we grew up in Botswana. So we were born in South Africa over here, left when we were 2 years old, grew up in Botswana, which is 3 to 4 hours away. And we were literally there until 2012, when we were 15 and moved to Australia. So a lot of people are surprised, why do we do Afro House? Well, we grew up with Afro House in Africa, in Botswana, a little hidden gem of a country. And so we've been doing this for years. It's all we listen to and it's what we're passionate about.
It's not so much that we stopped instruments, it's rather that we took the instruments from acoustic instruments to digital. We've used all the skills that we've acquired, me playing the drums and obviously Darren playing the piano. We've acquired a specific set of skills, musical theory, understanding, all those sorts of things, and we now just apply it to the music that we make. So it's not that we've stopped the instruments, but rather just transitioned it to our software, as opposed to having a massive drum kit in my room downstairs that I just bash away at every day.
Tell me a little bit about your time in South Africa so far.
For me, the thing I enjoy the most is the people that we've met. So we've been able to connect with a lot of the industry whilst we're here. So guys like Atmos Black, Citizen Deep, Sauna, Kasango, I could keep going on, but basically we feel very grateful that we've met the people that we share this beautiful industry with. And I think that's the thing I'm going to take away is these personal memories, relationships. We've met all the vocalists that we've worked with on tracks. Namvula, Bukeka, Lizwi, Apple Gule, you name it, we've met them. So it's been a really special networking experience for Afro generally.
For me, the biggest thing has been the fans. Yes, you can always talk about the industry people you've met and what that impact has had on us. But I think for me, that's only half of it. The other half is actually meeting the fans. And those fans even include other people that are in the music industry. We've had people just show up to events specifically for us, and things like that. They've come, they've bought tickets, they've spent time, they've liked, they've commented, they've supported, they've shared. The music industry people are obviously one thing, but without the fans, we wouldn't be anywhere. So for me, it's got to be the fans. Not that there's a comparison between the two, but just two different parts, and they're both equally as important as each other.
What would you say has been your highlight of your career so far?
I wouldn't say there's been one specific highlight per se, or like one specific memory. For me, what gets me excited and really like is what I'm loving is really just living in the moment and appreciating each and every win that we get. Like for example, like this whole tour has been a win for us. There hasn't been one particular set or one particular experience that has been like, wow, this is the highlight of my career. There's been a bunch of different amazing things in different aspects of our career that are all valuable. So for example, Spotify following going up, music being played by DJs we've looked up to for a long time, getting follows from some of these DJs on social media, collaborating now with some of these DJs, you know, going to the shows and being told that you guys had the best set of the night. There's all these different things that come together, and it's the overall experience of I would say the last, you know, 2 months specifically with this tour, but then generally the last 6 months, the growth that we've experienced, and Daz, I know you can talk about this as well, but we've experienced a lot of really positive growth in multiple areas, and we're just really taken back by what's happening, and we're just trying to live in the moment and enjoy each and every part of it.
I think gratitude plays a huge part as well, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're just two young lads that grew up in Botswana, literally trying to take on the entire world in a genre that is still very much growing and undiscovered. And so we're very appreciative for all the fans, the industry people, everyone in general, the club promoters, the booking agents, etc., that are supporting our journey, because we feel like now we're finally starting to cut through and we're seeing the growth in front of us. We're getting the support from the bigger DJs. We're getting tracks sent to us for our record label Sippy Time from some of the big artists. We're playing headline shows with, you know, very big international names here in South Africa. So it's been a great experience so far, and we know that we're just at the beginning of the journey. So we're very much strapped in and ready for the next couple of years ahead.
Tell me about where you see yourself in the next 3 years.
In the next 3 years, I see myself playing every single venue possible and every festival that wants Afro House and wants our sound. You know, it's very hard to talk about the next 3 years, but I would say just looking at the next 6 months, what we really focus on doing is just continuously putting out the quality of music that we have been, finishing more music, and basically just building the brand. Like I would say very much now we're all about exposure and just about taking our name all over the world and letting our music be heard and us be seen by everyone possible. And then whatever happens from there is going to happen. Best plan is no plan, but we're just here to strap in and enjoy the ride.
What's the one thing you really want to play for festival?
So there's no specific venue that I would say is like the number one place in the world, because I think there's multiple venues that are institutions. So High Ibiza is definitely one of them. Obviously talking about High Ibiza, Ushuaia, you know, EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival in Las Vegas is a big one. Obviously you've got Tomorrowland, Africa Burn, Exit Festival, you know, any kind of festival or event that has that kind of status. It's like once you play one of them, you'll be able to play all of them. So we are grateful for any and all opportunities. And we know that one way or another, we'll get where we want to go.
I want to play Burning Man, and I want to play in Sevilla,
Ooh.
in Bali, and High Ibiza for sure. You know, just some of these super epic clubs, like where you know that the crowd is there purely for the music, and something big. I really want to play a big venue and make a big impact. So, you know, we're aiming for the bigger ones.
When you guys make music, do you sit together, or one person works on a song and another person works on the other?
So it's actually easier sometimes to work separate. So we do work together, but quite often we can, you know, double our output by both working on stuff simultaneously. So, you know, we'll split up. It gives you time to like focus on the track by yourself, because sometimes you feel too much pressure. If there's a second person there, you know, you don't really feel like you have the opportunity to like really do whatever you want. So at least, you know, by working solo, you can just do whatever you want and you're not under any kind of pressure.
Yeah, we work really well together, also separately. You know, when it comes to the drum side, that's definitely more my forte. So I'll kind of spend more time on my own doing that. Obviously, I always value Darren's opinion. You know, but like if I just want to lock in, I'll definitely be by myself. We have 2 computers, so we have the fortunate ability where we can produce simultaneously on multiple projects at the same time, which helps us really be efficient with what we're doing.
So you guys have started a record label. Tell me a little bit about that.
We started Sippy Time because we wanted a home for our music, and we felt that none of the other record labels truly were a home for the music that we are making. So Sippy Time was born also out of a bit of frustration with dealing with some of the existing labels, in the sense that it's a difficult process quite often, and long term the terms are not always that favorable for the artists, and we kind of felt that we'd be better off to start our own thing. Not to say that we don't release on other labels, we definitely will, but at least we have an outlet where we can grow a base for ourselves, and then also for obviously other similar artists that can be a home for them for innovative, edgy music, authentic, high quality Afro house.
Afro house is a very sophisticated genre, and we personally believe that some of the music that's come out over the last 2 years, even 12 months, is a little bit generic. There's no specific record label at all that's doing this. I would say it's across the genre, especially with the rise of the commercial edits and things like that. We just really felt that there wasn't much good quality music coming out, and we wanted to take advantage of that opportunity and basically create something special where, like, when people think of Sippy Time, the only word that comes to mind is bangers.
Tell me, what separates Sippy Time from the other records?
Two things: the quality of the music and the fact that it's authentic. So Sippy Time is a home for music that is innovative, edgy, doesn't fit the cookie cutter kind of tracks that are coming out very often. It's high quality, it's something special, it's more quality versus quantity. It's a home for artists that are really pushing the boundaries, that have more to offer than, just a good track. It's a home for people that are growing in the industry, playing high profile shows, willing to move across the world to do crazy things to make Afro and their career possible. It's really a home for the guys that are going to push the boundaries of things. And we want to support, really high quality Afro house music and maintain something that's authentic moving forward.
It's also about giving the younger developing artists a platform for growth, because we've experienced it several times, whether it be from a show perspective or from a label perspective. The Instagram followers and the Spotify numbers play a big role in the decision making for some labels. And what we want to pride ourselves on, and what we do pride ourselves on, is quality of music above everything else. Because remember, we all started in the same place, and before these big artists got somewhere, they were little. So we want to really make it a platform for emerging artists to grow their brand and be part of something that is really artist focused.
Give me a tip of advice that you would share with the emerging artists, the upcoming artists.
It's a great one. Something that is very important is quality of production, and just production in general. There's a lot of DJs that start playing in their scene locally, and then they hit a ceiling at some point because they become so well known in their local scene. The problem is then they get frustrated that they can't grow outside of it. And the one thing that's going to help any new artist on a local level and an international level is having their own voice. And by that, I mean their own sound, their own songs, their own production. I think any DJ that's wanting to do this professionally and do it long term, focus your time on music production as opposed to playing shows, because the music production is going to take you 10 times further than just playing shows.
I would say that you need to be someone's friend as well before anything. So the one thing that we've realized is that the music industry is a complete relationship game. So you can have the best music, and obviously you have to have the music and you have to have the brand and the image and this and that, but you have to be able to build a relationship with the right people that are going to help you become successful long term. So instead of just meeting someone and then the rookie mistake of just telling your story and kind of being, too in someone's face, play the long game here. Take the time to build a relationship, and it's those relationships which will open up doors moving forward. And that's how you're really going to grow, big, long term.